What was that?
Pointed at you to start the ep because I'm in that point of the show where I get annoyed at my own voice and me talking ridiculousness, which is why I'm pointing to you. So I'm not doing that this episode.
It was a digital lightning bolt to the face. So I'm like, all right, okay, yep, you've jolted me. Go, Doug by us. We talk music, hopefully for less than 10 minutes. My name's Chris.
And I'm Cassie.
Sick. So we've got homework from last episode. The first homework for everyone, for the listener right now, is to make sure you RSVP to our live event happening in Melbourne on the 30th of November. If you haven't done that yet, you can do that while you listen. Use the internet.
Use the force. It's really fun to see. I actually haven't been sharing this with you, but I get daily updates of how many people are coming, and it's so nice every day. More people are RSVPing, and it's just it's really cool. And the scary thing about that though is that I don't know who is RSVPing. Unlike last time, I can't
Yeah,
see who it is. So I know people are coming, but I have no idea who it is, and that's terrifying and also super
that's
exciting.
good. Yeah.
It's so good. And getting in the swing of gigs and feeling excited. I've just started sharing some gigs that we're like endorsing on our Insta story, and we kind of do it through this pod. But I just figured our audience is music lovers, and there's lots of cool things happening. And how can we help the scene a little bit better? And that's what
Mm.
I'm doing. So if you are a gig fan like we are, and you're feeling a bit lost, and I think it's maybe a bit in response of me not being on Facebook and missing that local show element. I think that's what I'm really missing out on, not being on Facebook. So yeah, I'm just going to be sharing them on Insta because I'm going to be looking a little bit harder for local gigs for my own self. So if there's any recommendations or if you're like us and want to know what's happening, yeah, I'm going to be popping that on the Insta story more and more because it's, I guess, what we can do to help.
Nice. Very, very good.
Nice. Now let's talk about some music. Um, Chris, you knew I loved
Yeah.
it. You already know I loved it. If my
I
reaction
bought a
from last
song
ep,
from someone you already knew. Yeah.
you know how much I love Alice Ivy. Like, if there's anyone on this planet that knows the love I have for Alice Ivy, it is you, Chris. So I'm sure it was no surprise that I was already thinking of bringing the song in. The song we're talking about is her collab with Josh Teskey, the awesome vocalist from the Teskey brothers. If that name is familiar. Um, the song title, I keep on wanting to call it I Wanna Know What Love Is. I keep on
No.
wanting to call it that. And then I get a bit silly because then I have that, I want you to show, but it's not that. Do I hang on, what is it called, Chris?
Oh, I need to know what love is.
Do I Need to Know What Love Is? Look, they're very similar. But it is such a great track and it's it's so in Alice's pocket of just doing that big build, but it's another level. And I think that, like, for somebody that's new to her music, this is a really nice entry point. And if you liked what you heard, keep listening because there is more of those gems in her back catalogue. And there is a new album coming out that I have no doubt is going to be at this level and beyond. So keep your eyes peeled, put your finger on that pulse, follow, subscribe, do all of the things because this is music that everyone can get down to.
Everyone. Well
Absolutely
done.
everybody.
One part of homework ticked off. Yours. What do we got? Hellcat Speed Racer. That's
Like, isn't that
sick.
the coolest band name?
Before you even listen to the music, it's just that is sick. Like full.
Mhm.
Like, well done.
Yeah. Yeah, I want the merch just to wear that around.
Yeah, but then the featured artist on this is the Buoys, which is already a genius band name in itself. A girl rock and roll band called the Buoys, but it's not the gender boys. They're great too. So the name multiplication on this before you even get to how cool the song is and how this song is a dance floor filler, even just for your headphones. You
Mhm.
listen by yourself and you're in your own club. Like, how do you not
Yeah.
feel happier after hearing this song?
Yeah, it
Like,
is
what's your problem?
such a bop. It is such a jam, and I couldn't. I couldn't get out of my head all week. So, although my heart was sitting with Alice Ivy, when you brought it in before me, I felt this sense of relief because I was like, "Cool, now I can just bring in this bop that I can't get out of my head," and it's an instant mood improver, and it's just joyous. And they are kind of on the rise of being a festival band. I think they've done a few. They're definitely filling up more clubs, and they are building that live show. And yeah, I reckon give it like 3 years, they're gonna be headlining some of these festivals. Like, they are on their way. It's a vibe.
And it looks good on T-shirts and posters. Hellcat Speed Racer. Yeah.
Right? If I was a venue, I'd want that name on a poster outside my place.
But at a festival, you're looking through the timetable, you don't know who most of them are. That's the one who just off reading it, you'll go, "I'm gonna check that out."
Mhm. How's nobody thought of this yet?
I don't know.
Geniuses, geniuses. I'm so glad you got it. It's great walking music, and I've just finished a walking challenge that was a fundraiser
Yeah.
for the like Peter Mac Hospital and the cancer fundraising, which it's I our team had a collective little like walking playlist that we shared with each other, and I put that on there, and I'm gonna transfer it to my external walking playlist because it's just gets your heart rate moving. But speaking of heart rate,
You
what are you digging this week?
Just gonna say, you only haven't been a walker for about 2 years, so it's good to see you being a walker again.
Thank you. It's just on our 2-year anniversary, and I'll always be a walker deep down. You know that.
There you go. So you
Just for
want
new listeners, I always have to say this, new listeners, it's Chris and I are not married. We have the same surname, but I married a distant cousin of his, and that's a whole nother story. Go back and find it in episode God knows what. Um, Chris.
yeah. You wanna know what song I'm bringing in?
Yeah,
Well, I
and I
still
also
don't
wanna know
know.
what love is, but
Well, I'm not the one to show you. Ask
no.
ask my 7th cousin. Um, I I was like, "Yeah, this afternoon, let's do an episode," and then within 5 minutes of it, I was still deciding which song I wanted to do, like, I because 'cause I've had that reaction with 2 songs in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, "Yeah, gonna do this one." And then I kind of heard that and a different song and forgot I'd already thought of one. I'm like, "Oh, boom." So, anyway, forgive me if I if I bring if it feels like we are revisiting old ground and there's a typecast song and a typecast artist for this podcast, but I just genuinely think that you are really gonna love this artist and this kind of song. I know I don't know, I feel like we're
Oh,
digging from the same well a bit, but I just know you're gonna like it, okay? What? Do you know what I'm gonna say?
okay.
Oh, our internet's matching again. Are we on the right speed? There's
Oh,
been
I'm
lag and
here. Are you here?
stuff. Yeah, yeah, good. You vanished and came back. Yeah, this little bit. All right. So, are you familiar with a Melbourne artist by the name of Rainie Zenith?
No.
Oh, well, you are now. All right. Rainie Zenith released earlier this year an album called Polychrome Renegade, and I feel like a lot of the songs are exactly up your alley and in a similar vein to things we kind of go in and out of. One of the songs is called "Help Find Lost Cat." That's not the one I'm bringing for the podcast, but if you love cats, maybe that's for you. Um, the song I
Okay.
want to bring in is called "Reasons to Hate Me," and even from that, it's like I don't. I'm not just deliberately picking a cliche, but I just think you're going to like what this woman stands for, and she's just if you hate me, then I don't care because I'm doing all this stuff and that's how I am. So add this,
Okay.
to your playlist.
I feel like we've had a lot of self-deprecating song titles this year, and if I was a stats man, I would do a some sort of graph, but I probably won't next week. But there's a lot of these sort of titles. I feel like I've heard this title from you before, Chris.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was probably 2 months back. I had a song called "Why Do You Hate Me." That
Mm.
I know that I'm more than aware that, yeah, it feels like I'm going to a similar thing, but I just if I'm not introducing something to you that you might like, then what am I doing? The other option is a band that is more famous and doesn't need the help as much. So let's just go.
Damn the man and the band. Uh, it's
Oh,
also, I
and the
mean,
recent episode of Hard Quiz on ABC, one of the expert subjects was Empire Records. Just as you say, damn the man.
oh,
Get that on iView.
have we not, like, are we missing an opportunity by not either of us going on Hard Quiz? I mean, I already know that mine would either be Almost Famous or Killing Heidi. Um, and I just, yeah. Anyway, we've both been on Rock
I
Quiz.
auditioned,
Maybe we'll give the TV shows a break this season.
I'm done with TV and until the right thing comes up. But I auditioned for Hard Quiz in 2017, and yeah, didn't make it through,
What
which
was
is
your topic?
probably good. It was 2016 Western Bulldogs AFL Final Series.
Yeah, boring. I now know why they didn't get you on.
It's joyous, you heathen.
Look, what I was going to say before we got on a little side track is that a lot of people that listen to this pod down with our sort of music, right? Like, and we do celebrate all genres and all sounds and all levels of success. And I don't want to be too cool for our own good that we are ignoring some great songs, whether it's from Billie Eilish or Beyonce. But I also know that a lot of the reactions I get from people in real life, it's that sad gal tunes that we really both adore and champion a lot. So
Not
yeah,
too sad.
let's
I can get you can. There's a level with me. It's like no, no, no. Don't pull me to sleep. But yeah,
hey. Well, look, I've got a song that I'm not gonna put you to sleep. And as I just slightly mentioned before, it's was my anniversary and the same month as my
great.
anniversary is shush, is my gorgeous husband's birthday. And so I've just got this really great month of honing in and celebrating what is like him and what joy he brings to my life and what we are together. And it's like really, really great. And I am very grateful and lucky and definitely understand that it is rare to find, a companion that is also fun, etc., etc., etc. And look, where my heart would normally go on a day like today and a week like this week is probably protest music and anger, but I kind of am maybe in a I just have been loving this song and I feel like that will come. I am feeling all of those feelings for the world right now, particularly women in the world, but I'm actually just gonna bring in a plain old love song because ignorance is bliss. Avoidant tactics is a very big tactic that I like to use. And going back to me just yeah, just having those moments of appreciation of like what's right in front of me and the small stuff and not focusing on the bigger picture of life and doom and gloom. So it is a gorgeous little love song that I came across, I think a friend no, I do know, a friend on Instagram shared it, right? Which that happens a lot in my feed, it's no surprises, and was like, I don't know what pushed my finger and my brain to go, "Okay, let's go and listen to this," but I did. It's an artist I've never heard of, but it's a gorgeous country singer by the name of Bek Brooks, Bek Brooks. No relation of Garth, hopefully. But the song is called Home, and it is a beautiful song that is about finding the one and all the simple things that make up a really harmonious life. So, yeah, I'm just going to ignore the doom and gloom that is the world and float in this gorgeous little love song for a little bit longer. But I'll be back with the rage soon, don't worry. But for now, I'm feeling sappy and sweet.
if you want to, yeah, go back into that rage roll. But if I can say one thing to help you maybe live in the joy world a little bit more, is that is your world and the world that you live in and the people you surround yourself with. You cannot control this, and it's got nothing. So it's millions of whatever's away from Australia. You cannot control any of it. So you
Yes.
feel free to spend energy and have empathy for people that will suffer that we wish couldn't. But I would relish in the positivity that's in your world above any spending energy on the other thing.
And that's where I am at right now, and I think that, in a time and life that has been challenging in a lot of different ways, I've been very grateful and reflective of just, like, inside my 4 walls, life is fine and life is great, and it is the silly little things, that I can't really express in words, but this song does in such a beautiful way. So it's, yeah, if you have experienced love, I think you would like this song. It is called Home, Bek Brooks, and yeah, just the gorgeous little voice, gorgeous voice.
From "Do I need to know what love is?" You are answering the question here.
Oh my
Old mate Brooks is
god.
helping us answer the question. This is how you tie in an entire episode. We can tangent in and out and bounce rubbish, but in the end, we have a solution here.
It feels like another music product I'm working on right now that just simply ties one another's story together. But I will leave it at that. Chris, it's so nice to see you, and I can't wait to see you IRL in a couple of weeks for our show. It's so exciting.
RSVP, 30th of
RSVP.
November, Workers
I'm
Club.
doing all the organizing and I have all of the things. We have a sound engineer. So for those who came
Yes.
last year, you will we won't be pushing the buttons. We have a person in real life doing it. We have not just two naysayers, but a whole band of naysayers playing for us live. We've got not just a gorgeous one solo guitar, but we've got two amazing artists playing. We have like doubled and quadrupled the quality from last year's show. We're not in the little dining offside room. We are on the main stage. It is all leveled up and so exciting. And yeah, it's like going to be here before we know it.
I dig it.
I dig it. Take care. I will see you soon. And thanks for listening.